What is going on, everyone? It is me for the review for Man United versus Brighton in the third round of the FA Cup. That is basically where Man United's journey stops. 2-1, it ended up with Danny Welbeck coming back to haunt Man United, as he always does. He does have a good record against us, but he is a 35-year-old veteran. He shouldn't be scoring this much and causing this many problems against, let's be honest, a lacklustre Man United today. I did sit down and watch it against all my fibres of my being, saying that I didn't want to watch it, but it is Man United, so we kind of have to. Obviously, we did go 1-0 down. I would say probably against the run of play. Our possession stats were obviously up there. I thought Benjamin Sesko was a real presence up front. He holds the ball up really well. I am actually quite excited of what he can bring when we have a first 11 back and everyone's fully fit and everyone's back from Afcon. Ahmad and Mbumo are a massive miss. We look very blunt up front, shall we say. It's not something that I sort of consider, especially with Mbumo, Ahmad, Cunha, Sesko, Bruno. Why do we not score as many goals as we should? Our XG absolutely smashed Brighton out the water. They had 2 chances. They made a count. We didn't. Simple as that. Diogo Dalot had 2, 3 maybe chances. Dorgu, Cunha, Sesko. They were there to be taken, Brighton, tonight, and I feel like we just, yeah, blunt is the best word to describe it. At the back, we look vulnerable. We do miss Matthias de Ligt. Power, presence. We do have Martinez back, but last 20 minutes before he came off, I thought Martinez was trying to force it a little bit. And obviously, I do like the cut through the lines in the little half spaces for the front three. But not every ball has to do that. Use your noggin a little bit. Use your awareness. Not every ball has to go forward. Sometimes keep it, recycle it, and start again. Lemens, I thought, does what Lemens does. He's very secure. He's very decision making's decent. I've got to admit, to go long to beat the press, he does it. To go short, I know he did that mistake for Welbeck's chance, but that's one instance in how many has he played? 20 games. Let's say 20 games, however many he's played. Overall, Man United do need to do better. We do need results. We are judged on results. Darren Fletcher's come in and hasn't done great, let's be honest. However, I think with Ollie or Carrick or someone coming in, steady the ship, they do have to think about Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho, Hoyland. All these players do have to come into the Man United setup. I don't think any of them will stay in the setup. Let me know what you think below, what you think is going to happen. But I do think it's annoying. It's getting to the point now where I said to my brother and my dad in like our group chat, Shea Lacey, an 18-year-old that's come in, had his debut, last week or the week before? He looked like the only one actually like asked about losing. He had a go, he got his head down, he put a few balls in, he looked dangerous, the crowd lifted when he got the ball. You see Bruno Fernandes, you see Diogo Dalot, you see Ugarte, you see Sesko, all hands up, looking at each other. The commentator said right at the end, not Ali McCoist, the other one, said, Man United players look shocked. Why the fuck are they shocked? Why are they shocked? We finished 16th last year. Why are they shocked? We are shit. The expectations have got to drop down to where we actually are. We're getting beat off Brighton at home. We're getting a draw against Leeds. We're getting a draw against Wolves. Like, what do people expect? There needs to be a massive revamp, and I don't think it's Amram. I don't think it's Fletcher. I don't think it'll be Ollie. I don't even think it's the players necessarily. They're trying to fit circle players in square holes. Like, it's not working. Whatever has to be done, I would say get maybe 1, 2 veteran heads in there in January that's going to come in and even like I'll put myself on the spot here. I can't think of a player right now. Like Vardy. I'm not saying get Vardy, but a player like Vardy who's been there, good experience, gets a few goals, comes in and just shakes things up a little bit. We're doing the same thing every week. 3, 4 weeks ago, in a row, The manager has said Man United are easy to play against. We're the biggest team in England, probably the biggest team in the world. Why have Wolves and Leeds and Fulham and Crystal Palace, all these teams that are, let's be honest, mid-table below, coming and going, yeah, it's easy to come to Old Trafford. Old Trafford's got 80,000 or 76,000 people in it, with all the fans pumped up wanting to see Man United play. And you go and watch the game and you see Diego Dallo is the highest one, running through on goal 2-3 times, and he doesn't convert. No, because he's a fucking right back. That's why. Where's Cunha? Where's Mbeumo? Obviously not tonight's an example, but Mbeumo, Ahmad. You want those players on the ball, Bruno Fernandes, and we're fannying on with it at the back, passing between the centre halves, and then going to the right back, and then going back across. Get the ball forward, one touch player, get people past Sesko. If Sesko holds it up, you want at least 2 players that way, so he can flick it on, so he can lay it off, so you can go back to Bruno to then go that way. And it's just so slow. The amount of times the people were going down injured in 84th minute. Dorgu stayed down for 40 seconds, and then he got up and played on. You're wasting his time. You're wasting everyone's time. Get up and try and get a fucking goal. I mean, I'm not blind. I do watch football. I've watched football for 30 years. And it's the slowest tempo ever. The first half, we looked very good. We looked sharp. Brighton scored and just went downhill. Like, it's just so frustrating when you're seeing, for example, like Cunha and Bruno and Manu. I'm buzzing that Manu's back in the team, by the way. He had a really good game today. But it's so pedestrian, so slow, and by the time you've took a touch, you've took 2, 3, 4 touches, Brighton have set again, and we've got to come back, and we've got to go centre half, and then we've got to reset again. And there's only a couple of people that I know, Bruno Fernandes and Martinez, who are deep, who can pick that long ball out. Maguire can do, but I know he came on at the end, but he's been injured for a while. So there's 2 players, maybe Casemiro, Martinez, and Bruno. There's 3 players that can pick up a long pass. Martinez picked 2 out and got Diego Dallo through on goal. Why is Diego Dallo the one that you want him to go beyond the last man? You can't finish. You can't control the ball and you can't fucking pass or shoot. Surely you get your attacking players in those positions to have a chance on goal. Fair enough, if Ahmad was playing, it would be Ahmad in that position, which I understand. But it's baffling. And before I pop a blood vessel in my head, I'm going to leave you. So, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Comment down below who you think the man of the match was. Personally, I do think Sesko played quite well. I do think Manu played quite well as well. But it's one of those players. Fuck it, let's go for Shea Lacey because he's a G. And he got a red card from frustration, from getting beat. Someone who actually showed fucking passion. I'm out.